Welcome back to Bame Farm. We just made it over to another one of my rental fields. I always pick the good ones, don't I? This one's got a lovely creek crossing. The last one, the owner put in too narrow of a gate, and we had to go through almost a creek crossing, just a very large ditch. I mean, I knew there was a creek here, and it wasn't too bad getting stuff across in the spring. And it looks like Dad might have scraped the corn head on the ground a little bit. But here we go. Looks like the owner took out a tree for us, which is wonderful. The water really isn't that deep. 6-8 inches at most, no more than a foot. Gravity wagons over here empty today. I think we got a nice staging area down here at the bottom of the hill to park wagons. I got 25 acres of corn here. Looks like it's standing okay, but it's pretty well covered by trees, or surrounded, so that blocks the wind. Dad's getting going. Got a bit of a late start today. That guy that's been holding out on picking up his ear corn finally showed up. It's like, hey, good to see you. Took you long enough. I think we'll follow Dad up here at the combine and park him at the top of the hill. That way he doesn't have to drive down to unload. There is no good corner to start on this field. When you're planting, you can just do whatever. And we got a nice corner, you know, you can leave something to get started. Well, we made all the rows meet up nicely, and so we got a little bit of a rough start into the field. Got to run over a few rows. Man, he's just going at it. Yeah, we're still in the 1466 today. The 1086 is going to be a project that probably won't happen until we're done with harvest. It's like over hill, over dale. Most of the time it's fairly flat. Once you get over this ridge a little bit, it flattens out. This field is mostly flat. It has a couple little spots where we'll say it's too flat, and the water sits a little bit. The tops are falling out a bit, and the population is a little low. I don't know if I've explained it very well, but we bought a new planter this spring. New to us, same model that we had before, so not that new. But it was set up, the drive sprockets were on the opposite side to our old machine. And since the drive sprockets were set up backwards, Dad had it marked on the old planter which sprockets we used for sweet corn and field corn. Unfortunately, being a mirror image of our old planter, he had the two sprockets flip-flopped. And I think he did it for sweet corn too, because we were noticing we weren't planting corn as fast. And I really noticed on field corn, we had 3 extra bags of field corn. So roughly 9 acres or so of extra corn at the end of the season. Population, I think, is probably 25,000 or less. I was hoping for 28. Don't go much over 28. We planted like 30 for field or for silage corn, and it was so close together you could definitely tell on the ears that they were small. We also planted that, July or June 20 whatever, almost July. So I'll be happy with what it does. No loans this year. That's great. Just working on my student loans, paying those back. Which, I could have done that, but we'll let Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or whoever's doing the school loans now for the government be my funding. I haven't checked moisture. Last time I checked, it was 22%, but that was well over a month ago, so I would imagine, we're 17, 18, maybe a little less. It doesn't matter how the tops are going out of it. This was the first corn we planted on June 9th. Which is sad that June 9th was our first corn, but it's just kind of how it played out. Because it was so wet. We only started over here because that week they had gotten a little less rain. We're 5 miles away from home, maybe 2-3 miles north. Across the county line. Oh boy. Gotta be back after dark. Not to take one of Dad's jokes. Of course, Dad's already cut off these first 4 rows, but coming out of the woods, doesn't seem like there's been too much deer damage. Like some pretty full ears. There's a big guy. The shucks cover the tips, so don't have to worry about mold. Peel that guy back. And that is a fat ear of corn. Now, I'm not well versed in counting kernels and trying to count your eggs or chicks before they hatch. I'll wait till the end to kind of tally up yield. My last 14 acres, well, that didn't yield very well, as well as I hoped. But I had about 2 acres over there where it was so muddy, mud got in, popped the chain off for the fertilizer, and I didn't notice that. I was planting after dark, trying to get done because it was so late in the spring. I hate planting after dark. Such that 2 acres didn't have any starter fertilizer, and I got absolutely killed there. Yeah, the plants didn't look too terribly worse during the summer, but man, the corn just wasn't on them for harvest. So I think I only averaged about 135 bushel over there. I typically aim for about 150. That's about what the soil can do around here. If you get up towards 200, you're getting farther north into better soil, or you've got one hell of a budget for fertilizer. Because that just, you go, I don't know, at least in my experience, not that I have much experience, but I guess I trust my dad's knowledge enough that for aiming for much above that is, shooting for Mars when really you only need to go to the moon. Well, we caught up to Dad. Got the straw chopper working. Got to watch out for cobs flying, because I'm sure one of those will pick me off, or try to. Wish we had one of the little spinner guys instead. Wouldn't be so crazy. See, that cob just about hit me. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to look away up here so I'll get hit in the eye. Ooh. Maybe that row stalks will protect me. We made it by. Woo. Everybody waved to Dad, staying warm. that golden grain. I'm surprised, even over here by the trees, it looks pretty good. Typically the first four rows are a throwaway. But given the angle of the sun, they would have had good morning sun probably up until, I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon at least. Hopefully don't drop the camera. Okay, so that outside row over there is a little thin. It doesn't have anything. Maybe that second row doesn't have much. Dad's trying to kind of cheat over there, and those two rows are planted a little close. There we go. Now most of the reason for our setup of 4 rows is because of sweet corn. It's hard to get down to anything narrower than a 36-inch row, and it's really bunching up over there. That's annoying. But anything more narrower than a 30-inch row is a little tight, especially with the wheelbarrows. And we don't feel like owning 2 planters, just having one for sweet corn and one for field corn. We don't quite have the barn space for that. You cannot get that row to clean out very well. Geez. Ugh. So, okay, this is getting a bit treacherous up here. So golden. Look at that international tractor.